What is up, family? Another one. Back here with my Boss Moves brothers. Check us out, Boss Moves _ BMBA. That's on Instagram and Twitter. Right here, right now, doing it like we always do it. I got my man Trey in the house. What's up, Trey?
What's going on? Peace, family.
What's up? And of course, we got Moses pulling it up. What's up, brother?
What's good, fellas? What's good? We in here.
We in here. So real quick, man, we have to address all of the craziness that's been going on today. If you're anywhere near anything that broadcasts news, talks about finances, you don't even have to be in the financial industry, because I have people calling me that ain't, ain't got nothing to do with nothing financial. They just call me, should I do this? Should I do that? So what I'm referring to is the whole debacle with Robinhood and GameStop. It's not really just Robinhood. Robinhood is the one that's kind of at the forefront, because a lot of the trading was going on through Robinhood. So what happened is, I'm gonna give a little brief thing, just in case people don't know about it. There's a big hedge fund called Citadel, and they put out that they were doing a big short. A short is when you bet that a stock is going down and you make money when it goes down. So a big hedge fund, I'm assuming they put billions of dollars into the bet, basically, that GameStop was going down. Well, this prominent person on a social media platform called Reddit, I forget his name, but I'm sure you can find it in any of the articles. He caught wind of this and got with all his constituents on Reddit, thousands of people interested in finance, thousands of people that invest, and said, yo, what we're going to do is we're going to buy GameStop and we're going to send it up. We're going to send the market up. We're going to send the stock up. And at the time, I believe GameStop was, sub $20. It was like $10 or $15, something like that. That's where it started. By the end of the day, it was at between $300 to $500 that they had driven this stock up instead of down, like this big hedge fund, aka big banks, hedge funds, big banks, all the same. So they were losing billions and billions of dollars because the people got together and drove this stock price up. What y'all think about that?
Power to the people.
In every sense of the word.
That's what it sounds like. And it sounds like the people are tired. They're tired of seeing how these big banks are just taking money, moving the markets when they want to. It's ridiculous. So it sounds like the people finally got fed up. They found a way to play the game the way that the hedge funds play it, because they do the same thing.
Right, they do the exact same thing. Right, there's no reason that the people can't, exercise their power, and really it was a smart move. And my thing is, it's business. I mean, they this is just business. It's supply and demand. People put their money in. It is what it is. It drove the price up. It's just business. So no reason to get in a tizzy and stop the markets and everything. So
okay, Trey. So you saying, Trey? So there's nothing illegal about that, right?
Nothing illegal whatsoever.
There was no insider trading or anything about that, right?
No insider trading at all. It's the people. This is how they want to move the market. The people can move the market how they want to move the market. I mean, so no, nothing illegal about it at all. It just, it is what it is.
That's called a free market.
It wasn't right. It wasn't the result they wanted.
Right. So, and what kind of initiated was, I think, people saw the markets were moving on companies like Blockbuster, that are bankrupt. I mean, why are numbers going up? Why are they going up at Blockbuster, BlackBerry? You know what I'm saying? So they saw that. They saw that how the banks were moving the markets. Weird. Yeah, really weird. They saw the banks were moving the markets. So they got together, like you said, Charles, said, hey, let's buy this. And it made the banks, they almost couldn't, they were losing money. Money, and they had to borrow money in order to stay in on those stocks.
I think the guy's name was Wallstreetbets.
Yes, that's what it was.
Is that right? Okay, I was gonna look it up. His name was Wallstreetbets on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I was asking Trey about it being illegal or if this is insider trading or anything, this is people who got smart, figured something out and said, okay, this is what we're going to do. So the definition of a free market, these are people. These are regular Joe Schmoes, you know? So nothing illegal. Tell me why all of the retail investor sites like Robinhood, like E-Trade, like Merrill Lynch, like Charles Schwab, like all of those, the folks that hold all the keys to the market halted trading on GameStop. They stopped because as long as people are able to keep buying GameStop, and people are doing it all day. People are calling me like, oh, I'm gonna buy something. As long as they kept buying it, it's gonna keep going up. And Citadel, that huge hedge fund, the big banks, are going to keep losing billions. By the end of the day, I think they lost about 13 billion yesterday.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And the whole big banks market now is up to 70 billion in losses because a few regular people got together and said, nah, what we going to do is we going to buy GameStop. So, and this is just GameStop. They were trying to do it with Amazon, Naked Juice, Naked Products. It was a few of them. There's a few of them, but they halted trading on all of those. Nothing free about that, homie.
I was about to say, and that seems illegal. Like that's the only
absolutely.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, how do you stop the markets? And it almost seems like, you know, when they shout out, you know, we free speech and everything, but then they want to censor you on social media or something.
Right.
Really along those same exact lines, and makes no absolute sense.
Right. Like a few of the big names that I did see. I know GameStop, we talked about already, spiked 157%. That stock ticker GME. Bed Bath and Beyond got up to 46%.
Going bankrupt.
Right. Exactly. That stock ticker BBBY. BlackBerry went up 24%. That's where it spiked. Stock ticker BB, BlackBerry. Come on now, who's got a BlackBerry these days? Yeah. AMC, nobody's going to the movies, but these were the stocks that were moving, and people saw this one spiked at 310%. And AMC is the stock ticker as well. Blockbuster, we talked about Blockbuster already. So all these, that soared up to 700%. And that was on Tuesday. That was yesterday on Tuesday. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, people saw what was going on, saw it was funny, and, you know, got tired of it. You know, you get tired of it after a while.
And you know, now the government is getting involved.
Yeah.
What's that? Nancy Pelosi coming out with an announcement talking about we need to watch this very closely. And that's so when she said that, right after that, that's when they started stopping trading on those. She said that. Also, we found out that the Biden administration Treasury Secretary, what's her name? I can't remember her name, but the Treasury Secretary was given millions by Citadel, the big hedge fund that, you know, is the main actor in this. The ones that lost, I think they're going to have to end up going bankrupt, or they were. Before the government stepping in. So what's going to happen now is, or what they're trying to make happen, it still hadn't happened. They're not allowing people to buy, only allowing people to sell. You know, when you sell, it starts going back down. So also, there's been reports that people that have Robinhood accounts, they're selling their stock for them without their permission.
Wow. That's
crazy.
That's definitely illegal.
That's definitely illegal.
What is going on?
AOC, she got involved. Everybody was surprised that she said, we're going to have to look into Robinhood and how they're halting trading and stopping the free market. Everybody's like, whoa. She's really like stepping up. So
I like AOC.
Yeah.
She seems like she's for the people. And the funny thing is, the congressional members of Congress, they're always knowing a lot of what's going on when it comes to the stock market. So they always do insider trading.
I was going to say that.
They always do. And
that's all they do.
That's all they do. That's how they make majority of their money. They're not making a lot of money in Congress.
No. Well, they're making a couple 100,000.
I'm talking about not enough to where
not enough to be millionaires.
Exactly.
Most of them,
and a lot of them are millionaires.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
They're doing
that's funny.
trading. So that's how a lot of them are making the bulk of their money.
Yeah, I mean these guys, like they'll know the legislation that's about to come out in a week. So, for example, Nancy Pelosi did some insider trading. So she bought up a whole bunch of Tesla right before the Green New Deal stuff dropped that Biden signed into law. I think he did an executive order with regard to the new Green Deal or whatever he was about sustainable energy and electric cars. And right before that, guess who went in on Tesla? I was like, wow, that's deep. But it happens like every other week. They do something like this. They know the legislation is about to come out. They'll make this big move, and everybody's just like, oh, they just got people. They're smart investors or whatever. Insider trading. Me or you insider trade, we getting double-digit years.
Bedtime.
Right. What did Michael Douglas say in Wall Street? He said the public out there, they just throwing darts at the wall. He said they actually are the ones creating the magic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it's very interesting, though. It's very interesting. I just think it's something to watch because right now I think they're trying to craft legislation to make it illegal for people to band together and make the market move the way they want, which is basically what happened. So I don't know how they're going to do that, but they're trying to get something together right now.
But let me ask y'all, okay, at what point should it be regulated? You understand what I'm saying? Think about even things in terms of like the Tulsa Real Estate Fund or any kind of little small fund that we might try to get off the ground and allocate funds and resources. What if some other group comes together with a large platform like that and inflates prices or drives prices down or anything like that? Do you understand what I'm saying? It is still business, and it is, it's just, sharks in the water. It is business, but especially when you're dealing with Black people and the smaller funds that we have and, allocating resources, it can really, affect our bottom lines.
Let me ask you this, though. What's the difference, Trey, between, okay, this guy that has a platform on Reddit that said, hey, guys, we're going to buy. What's the difference between that and people creating a hit piece to put on CNN?
No, and I definitely agree.
There's no difference.
There's no difference.
Yeah, in MSNBC, because honestly, like we were saying earlier, as soon as you see it on TV, as soon as it hits TV, it's done. I mean, if you say you can't buy stocks based off what you just saw on CNN or what you saw on Bloomberg,
but people do. That moves the needle, right? Because that's why, like I told you, that's all the people was calling me. Right. That's when they started. Oh, I'm going to buy when they saw it there. So it's the same thing when they'll put a hit piece on MSNBC about Bitcoin. Because that's 2 years ago. That's what got everybody scared on Bitcoin. They started doing all these hit pieces on Bitcoin, and the first thing they said is that, oh, Bitcoin is used for terrorist activities. It's used for untraceable terrorist activities, and I think it was something like 4%, and there's something like 80% of the US dollar is used for terrorist activity. Like it's real crazy. But
I know JP Morgan, he used to do that a lot. He would go do interviews and do things because you can easily say you don't have to really tell the truth at all, and it'll sway stock price however you want to sway it.
That's
what I'm saying? Making something up.
So what I'm saying is that's the same thing. That's the same thing.
It's the same thing, and it's putting more doubt in people's minds and putting their trust in the market. You know what I'm saying? It's like we know as people that stock market and real estate are the building blocks to gaining wealth, right? And people have already misconceptions of the stock market. It's like gambling. It's like, and now it's almost like it's gambling. It really is like it's gambling now.
I felt that way for a while. There's some things that feel like sure things that that you can actually, like, there's certain stocks you can buy and and for the last 60 years, they've had their dividend. They're going to be cool. They might, fluctuate 1% or 2%. But then there's the ones where it's basically gambling. I
Yeah.
mean, you have to speculate. Speculating the most risk, it gives you the most reward.
Right.
It could be the most detriment too, but it is kind of like gambling.
So what do you all think? Should people still put their trust in the stock market? Should people still invest in the stock market? Is that still a safe space for people, for the American people?
I'll let
I
you
look
answer
at
that first, Trey.
Yeah, I about to say absolutely. I mean, like you said, it's the main building block of wealth, and also you got to realize markets are created all the time. We can create funds in markets right now, create our own stock exchange, and start, really driving up the prices of our own businesses and increasing value in our own companies. You understand what I'm saying? So it's really something that we can use to gain wealth.
I agree. And I think it's all predicated on research. Anything, I knew a guy I knew a poker player, and he taught me how to play poker. He was trying to make me into like a serious poker player like he was.
Mm-hmm.
But even in Las Vegas, if you have certain knowledge that other people either don't have or have less of, it's less like gambling. There's some science to some of it. There ain't no science to the slot machine. There ain't no science to shooting dice. You know what I'm saying? There's no science to I don't know. There's no science to a lot of that stuff, but there's a science to some of the quote unquote, confidence games and gambling games. So even with the stock market, although I do see it as rigged a lot of times, manipulated a lot of times, I think there's some smart money in it.
I agree. I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, that's absolute. Because honestly, you can even say the same thing about real estate. White flight, when they took off to the suburbs and left the cities, and in the cities the values decreased. I mean, you can say that is a concentrated effort to drive prices down in certain markets and drive prices up in other markets. Mm-hmm. So I mean,
and then
it's really yeah, exactly.
Same thing. Yeah, but from what we know of the stock market, since its inception to now, it has gone up. So we do know the long game is where you really win. Now there's always many ways to make money in the stock market, but we know that the long game is a winner for a lot of people, and that's how a lot of people become millionaires.
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely, yeah. Warren Buffett will tell you the same thing.
Same thing.
The value is in the long game, with regard to the stock market. A lot of people, it looks real sexy to trade, and it's a valuable skill. It's a real skill.
Right.
But I mean, it's almost a sure thing to find a stock with good credentials, with good, a good plan, background. I was going to say white paper, but that's like kind of coin related. You can almost see a stock's future by just looking at their board of directors, looking at what they've done, what they plan to do, and just ride with them, ride the waves, because we know the stock market is cyclical, but as you said, over time, it has only gone up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I think we still are all in agreement that the stock market is still a building block for wealth. Mm-hmm. So long term, we're not stock more companies or anything like that. So, do your own research,
that's right.
Do your own work, but we're in it for the long run. So what happened today, the past couple of days, it was entertaining. It didn't bother me much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought it was entertaining.
But it didn't bother me much.
I agree. I thought it was really entertaining. Oh, go ahead, Trey.
It really just stay with the same principles of buy things that you use on an everyday basis and just hold them out for the long term.
Absolutely. And with that, you know what? I think we can bring this to an end. That was a quick conversation about what happened today. We'll see. Keep following the news. We'll see more of this. We're going to see what the government tries to do. We're going to see if they actually allow trading in the morning or allow buying of GameStop and some of those other stocks in the morning. But we're going to see. In the meantime, just stick with us. Boss Moves. Follow us on Boss Moves _ BMBA on Instagram and Twitter. And check out Stay Fresh CC. That is our cleaners in Nashville, Tennessee on Mormons on Road. Check us out if you're in the area. We're making a lot of improvements thanks to our folks on the ground over there, Trey, Reggie,
yes,
Austin. I mean, we got a whole crew, but those are the main guys. So let's give that a shout. And hey, man, if y'all got nothing else, man, we out.
peace.
Peace.
Peace.